Hi, everyone. This is Jacqui Cooper with the Crypto Mom 2 talk show, as well as the Blockchain Legal Institute's talk show. And I'd like to welcome everyone to this episode and also remind you definitely like and subscribe because there are many wonderful and informative conversations that are in the queue that will be released shortly. So I definitely want you to be in the know of what's happening as we go forward in our decentralized space. One of the areas that is a hot topic these days, as everyone knows, is artificial intelligence and the tools and businesses that are incorporated with that and how we use them. One of the partners for the Blockchain Legal Institute is AI-Partners, and they joined us at the very beginning of our journey. And they are thought leaders in this area, especially as it comes to tracking and tracing what's going on within the EU, as well as other parts of the world. So today I have on one of our associates within AI-Partners, Michael Borrelli, and he's going to talk a little bit more about the tools that they've developed that if you are doing any business within the EU that you need to think about. Because again, as individuals who have businesses, we don't just operate within one area. So if I'm a business in the United States, I might actually be crossing online borders and doing business within Europe or South America or Asia or other places, because we might have clients who are approaching us. So it's really important for us to know the compliance and the rules. And that's exactly why the Blockchain Legal Institute was created. So you can have an overview as to what you need to know if you are a business or as a consumer as well. But today I'm going to be chatting with Michael about what they've developed and the recognition that they've got, but also how this is so important for you as an individual and a business owner to take a look at, because they can consult with you and actually help you navigate some of the legal labyrinths that exist within the community. So Michael, how are you today?
I'm very well, Jacqui. First and foremost, thank you very much for having us also on the show. It's a pleasure to be a member of the Blockchain Legal Institute and help you with the great work that you and the team are doing. So thank you so much for having us. And we're very well. Things have been going well, and very much looking forward to a busy 2024.
Well, I know you've been at various conferences. Why don't you first, before we even talk about the conferences and the things that you're doing, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit for those that might not know who AI-Partners are, and also yourself, because you have a really strong background, and I want to make sure anyone who's listening to this now or down the road will know a little bit more about who you are and what you can do.
Well, first, I think it's important to start with the company. So, AI-Partners is a professional services firm for companies subject to the EU AI Act. We provide consultancy and advisory services, which include risk management and scoping, and also compliance software. The compliance software, which we can touch on a bit later, is a RegTech tool for the EU AI Act that identifies, risk classifies, and monitors via the use of functionality with our partners, AI systems. The premise of this is a lot of the requirements under the EU Act only apply to high-risk systems. There being 4 categories: unacceptable, high, minimal, limited. So our tool actually identifies how many systems you have and what the risk category is to determine how exposed, if at all, you are to the EU AI Act.
So you've been at different conferences for the discussion about artificial intelligence and the application to businesses. What is the trend that you're seeing, and where do you see that this is going? And I know that there's some new things that are happening just next week. For those that might be listening, this is 2023, so you might be listening in 2024. But what are some of the updates that we need to know about?
Well, a lot of things are going on, and of course, big fan of meeting industry practitioners and market practitioners at conferences. And we hope that the stuff, the content the team produces adds value. What we're seeing is we're seeing some consolidation amongst market players. We're seeing some innovative new products. A lot of the trends at the moment are focusing on generative AI. So I know there's a lot of research reports focusing on this, a lot of use cases. So whether they're standalone AI products or AI embedded products within traditional products, it's the industry is growing and it's becoming far more um, um, sort of industrialized in that sense. Obviously, AI has been around for quite a while. With that, you know, in the mid 20th century with Alan Turing and the Turing test and all these types of things. But I think the thing that differentiates now is that it's become mass market with all these easy to use products that with AI functionality because of things like easy user interfaces and user experience. So I think we're seeing mass market adoption is driving the current wave, or one of the driving factors, and we're here to help companies understand how they can do that in a safe, secure, and trustworthy manner.
So, what are some of the things that you think are going to be happening with what's going on with December 6th and the what's going on with the EU and the act there? What should people be aware of?
Oh well, it's far more. It's probably too complex for us to cover in this short session, and I'll do my best to give a
Just
concise
highlight.
overview.
Yeah.
Sure. So it's the third and final trilogue discussions, where the Council of Europe, the European Commission, the European Parliament come together with a view to agreeing on a finalized text. If they can reach an agreement, then there is the co-rapporteurs and a select party go away. They then follow another two-step process to agreeing the final text, making last-minute revisions, with it then being published in the official journal of the European Union. What this means for a business is that if all these processes go through before 2024, the act will be published in the journal, the compliance clock, as it were, starts on the 1st of January 2024. So you have 24 months from the 1st of January 2024 to identify all your AI systems, risk classify all of them, and put all the measurements in place, which includes conformity assessments, periodic audits, and things like this within the 2-year time frame. And given the vast complexity and number of AI systems, we envisage this to be very cumbersome but for organizations and very labor intensive. But we're here to help, and it's not similar to GDPR in that sense. The implementation of the somewhat abstract principles is the core of the problem that we're tackling.
It does sound very complex. So does that apply to any business that touches the EU at all with any AI, or are there exemptions?
Well, there are certain exemptions, but I think those are reserved. Well, this obviously still being discussed, but the main carve outs, as it were, for governments or bodies providing national critical infrastructure. But most businesses, whether you're a startup or a large enterprise or anywhere in between, would be impacted by this. Similar to GDPR, it is very wide ranging, and the essence of the act is a risk-based approach to AI regulation, which is it's a risk-based, human-centric, and technology neutral regulation, and hence why it's one of the factors driving this sort of ambiguity at the moment is large companies are lobbying against it because it's so extensive. So if it wasn't as controversial in this sense, it would have been probably passed a long time ago. Obviously, following the legislative process. So there's more than meets the eye, as you probably know better than most, Jacqui.
So I guess for those that are listening, both on the audio side as well as on the YouTube side, what I'm hearing and what I'm suggesting, even though these talk shows are not legal advice, not investment advice, not financial advice, but with respect to this legislation that is happening, it is really important for you to make sure you have on your team individuals or companies like AI-Partners or lawyers who understand the nuances, or other team members. Michael, I know that you're working with a large group of individuals within your team that cover a variety of countries. Are there any companies that you want to talk about, or any examples of who you've helped that we can talk about on this show, or is all that work private?
I couldn't possibly go too much in detail because a lot of that is private. But
Yeah.
What I can say is we've been helping the professional services community and some big names there. We're part of a few tech innovation hubs, and we're helping, to POC the tool, and we've got as part of our roadmap to 2024, we've got those programs lined up. But it obviously goes without saying that one of the companies that has been amazing to work with and help us is the Blockchain Legal Institute. The resources. Sorry, are you still there, Jacqui?
I am. I just shared your QR code, so that's why you might have lost me on screen. Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry, I miss you there, but yes, the Blockchain Legal Institute has been very supportive, and so has CMS, who've helped us, and the team there have been absolutely fantastic. Helping provide invaluable guidance and support, and we couldn't have done it without them. There's a long way to go, but whilst maintaining client confidentiality, we're extremely grateful to the amazing work our partners do, and we look forward to working with them in 2024 and beyond.
I'm sure. So I know for those that are on the audio side, I will share the contact information for AI-Partners. For those that are on the video side, you can definitely see this. There's certain products that you've developed and that support businesses in their exploration of AI and the tools. So would you like to explain a little bit more about some of these products that can help businesses as they navigate this area?
Sure. So the main product is Authorus, which is a EU AI Act RegTech tool that, as I said at the start of the call, identifies and risk classifies any AI system. The best way to think of it is the AI version equivalent of KYC. So in KYC, know your client, you have to identify your client and you have to assign a risk rating before you onboard them or deal with them, so you know how to treat them and what risk they pose to your organization. So in that sense, the same concept applies to what we're doing. We help you onboard or develop an AI system and risk categorize it, so then you know how to treat that system and what obligations apply during the course of the relationship for KYC, or during the course of maintaining the AI system. So KYAI is a concept which we have developed, and we believe that our tool is the world's first EU AI RegTech tool that handles this, and no one else in the market is handling KYAI like we are.
I love that KYAI. I can see how that's going to go global in terms of both an acronym as well as using the tool, because a lot of times, and that's why the Blockchain Legal Institute was created, actually. There's a lot of decentralized tools that are out there, but it's very hard to understand, one, the quality of the tools, as well as where these tools exist. And that's why I know that in working with AI-Partners, I've seen the reports that you've created and the information that you follow, and the analysis that you're doing. And so it's really, for those that are listening, it's extremely solid. And I know you just recently got recognized, I think, with a RegTech partnership, or can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Sure. So there's a couple of announcements. There's an announcement next week, which hopefully, if your listeners are interested, they'll see it on the same day as the SIT, or as the EUX trialogue discussion. So a nice double whammy there. But the main achievement that the team managed to do last month was being added to Deloitte RegTech Universe. So Deloitte, as you know, one of the big four, maintains a list of all RegTech solutions across the globe that handle a plethora of regulatory compliance requirements, and we've had the honor of being adding to their RegTech universe. So we're very grateful to the Luxembourg Deloitte team for helping us, for onboarding us and helping us through the due diligence process. And we're looking forward to serving the market by way of having that recognition.
I think it's definitely a worthwhile and credible recognition. And for those that are in the industry, they definitely know the value of it. So how would people reach out to you? I know the information will definitely be embedded, but for those that are listening on the audio side, how would they reach out to you if they wanted to connect and have AI Partners consult with them?
Sure. So they can contact us on the website. So we have a 24/7 contact team. There's a little bubble at the bottom right-hand side of the screen where you can contact them or send us an email. We're also on LinkedIn and Twitter, and we have contact details on the page there. So we're ready. We're ready and raring to go, and we think 2024 is going to be one of the most amazing years for the AI industry. We just want to be able to help companies achieve their ambitions, and hopefully, in using the ethos of living a life of service, we want to service others and deliver the highest possible quality we can.
Yeah, for sure. And I know that, you've mentioned Blockchain Legal Institute as well. We have an AI vertical within the Blockchain Legal Institute. And in that area, Michael and the AI Partners have been contributing information from news around the world, as well as articles that they've written and blogs as well. So, from both going to AI Partners website directly, as well as within BLI, you'll be able to keep yourself up to date with various things that are happening. And as everyone who's in this community knows, it is changing on a daily basis in terms of where people are and what people are able to do. So any last minute thoughts that you would like to share for those that are listening?
Yes, the EU AI Act is going to be like GDPR. The implementation is going to be very extensive, very technical, and very robust. And I strongly urge people to act early and act fast, but have it planned and coordinated, and working with partners that have practical solutions that can help with implementation. KYAI is not going to be is not something that can be done without the requisite level of AI literacy and knowledge. So don't be afraid to ask for help, and the right people are out there who can help you.
So connected with that, are there different levels of consult that you do? I mean, there might be companies that have an interest in adding AI, but not quite sure how to approach the adding of it to their platform and then knowing how to do it in a compliant way. There might be those that already have it embedded and then have to see, okay, do they comply, or what changes do they need? So how do you work with the varying types of clients who are on all ends of the spectrum of AI use or consideration?
Very good question. Well, we to take companies on the EU Act readiness journey, we use the 5 stages of evolution. In that sense, we have everything from evolving or emerging to evolving to excelling, and wherever they are on that sort of life cycle stage, we can adopt the appropriate measures to take them to that next step. Conducting analysis or analysis techniques like current state versus future state. And it does go without saying, and you probably know this better than most, Jacqui. It depends on a case by case basis. So how mature the company is, what their people, processes, and technology are like. But we adopt a very rigorous approach that has been embedded in Big Four practices. My business partner used to work for one of the Big Four and has experience with GDPR implementation. So we take a very robust and rigorous approach to make sure that the implementation is done in accordance with the highest standards adopted by one of the largest firms in the world in this area.
So a really good point. And a few more things that I'm going to share for everyone who's listening before we sign off today. AI Partners, participated in our last major event that you can find at our website, www.bli.tools. On October 24th, we did the event. Michael, was part of it, and he contributed in a major way. So for those that would like to watch the panel that he was on about AI and the EU, definitely for sure visit there. And he's also going to be part of the next event, which is happening on March 21st. So individuals who are listening to this can definitely register and look at what we're going to be focusing on, which definitely deals with digital assets, which deals with blockchain law, which deals with a lot of other areas that are important and timely within current events. So I definitely invite everyone to register for the upcoming event. And finally, you know, one of the things that Michael and I and others within BLI have talked about is ongoing classes that will actually help individuals learn about the business development side and what they need to know. And so one of those things, those type of classes are going to be implemented in 2024. And that way, if you're a business that is looking at any of these areas, you can definitely you know, consult with AI partners on specific issues. But if you have an overview and you would like to take a class as to spot check where you are and what you need to know, those type of classes will also be available at BLI. So Michael, again, I appreciate your being on. Why don't you go ahead and share the website one more time so that way those that are listening can hop on over and visit you.
Sure. So it's hypertext transfer protocol secure pretext, and then it's www.ai-and-partners.com. We also extensively use Twitter, so the QR code that you were showing there also allows you to quickly get onto the LinkedIn page. My apologies, where we can help you there. We try and post daily, and we answer sort of any questions or queries that people have. We do foresee it getting pretty busy for next year, so we're very happy to answer any questions or comments you have, and working with the amazing team at Blockchain Legal Institute.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I also want to say for those that are listening, definitely subscribe to AI and Partners newsletter. It's phenomenal. I've been following it on LinkedIn, and there's always, you know, really important updates in the AI space. So, you know, when you end up finding resources like AI and Partners, it is important to stay in the loop with reliable sources. So that's why we suggest that you kind of connect with them. So everyone who's been on listening, thank you. And remember, as I always say at the end of all my shows, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. We're all interconnected today more than ever because of our online world. And everyone, thank you and have a good day. And we will talk soon. Bye.